So the next topic I'd like to talk about is the scatter plot and line plot. These are two more graphical devices, and these are meant to show a relationship between two variables. So a scatter plot, here's a formal definition. Scatter plot is a simple XY plot where on the x-axis is one variable and on the y-axis the other variable. So, for example, if you're going to measure on each patient or each person, you're going to measure an x and a y, then you look at the couplet xy and you plot it. And that's a scatter plot. Okay, so for example, here's a scatter plot of systolic versus diastolic blood pressure at visit 1. So, not surprisingly at all, we see this pattern emerging here. That basically, if we put these into sort of an ellipse like this, we see that the ellipse is pointed up and that it's pretty tight actually. So what this says to us is that a diastolic blood pressure, a high diastolic blood pressure, goes hand in hand typically with a high systolic blood pressure. So this is called a scatter plot. And you're going to see scatter plots over and over and over again because they are very useful. Now, another plot is the line plot. So for example, here is what happened to the percentage of US population between 1980 and 2010, broken up into 4 age groups. So the first age group is the 0 to 44, and in the 45 to 64, and then this third age group is this, and the last age group is more than 75. So it's broken up in this way, and then for every year, what percent in every age group, so for example, in the 0 to 44, what percent were diagnosed with diabetes? So in the 1980, in the 45 to 64 age group, 5.5%. And in the 65 to 74 age group, 9.1%, and 8.9% in the over 75. So there's a lot of information here. So here, I've drawn it this way so that it would all fit onto the screen, but to the left of us is between the years of 1980 and 1995, and to the right is between 1996 and 2010. So there's a lot of information, and we could look at this and see that it's sort of gently going up. This percentage is gently going up, but we don't see any of the interrelationships, if they're going up at the same speed or what. Whereas if we draw a picture, there it is. This is our old friend, the line plot. And we can see that the two older groups, the 65 to 74 and the 75 up, these two older groups sort of overlap each other, roughly equal to each other, and they both go up first at a gentle pace, and then from about 1995 on, for some reason, at a more accelerated pace. And the same is true for the middle age group, the 45 to 64 age group, the gentle increase until about 95, and then a faster pace of increase. And the young group, the 0 to 44, have a much more gentle, almost flat increase, but there's a little bit of an increase there nonetheless. So it might be of interest to find out what happened in 1995 or so, or thereabouts, that caused this increase in speed at which things happen. Now, I pulled a fast one on you. This is really age-adjusted percentages. What does that mean? And I did that on purpose so that you come back for the next, not quite the next one, but the one after that, and find out what age adjustment means. So if you really want to know, we'll find out about that. Here is another line graph, very interesting, to show what's happening with trends in cigarette smoking for high school students and adults. Now, the high school students, it doesn't go back as far as the adults, but that's okay. We can superimpose them like this. Now we ask questions about were these measured the same way, etc. But all those are very, very interesting. But this is just to show the picture of what the data show.